We're following developing breaking news in a West Valley City neighborhood for you, where police found 5 family members dead, 3 of them children. Another family member, a 17-year-old boy, is in critical condition with a severe brain injury. We're bringing you team coverage on several angles of this tragic update across the state for you. Our Cannon Seacrest is reporting live in Enoch, where a similar case sent shockwaves across the small southern Utah community. Meanwhile, Kate Gardner is following the impact these kinds of cases have on first responders who deal with them. But first, we're going to check in with our Jonathan May. He's in that West Valley neighborhood where police think the father likely shot his family and then himself. A lot of updates coming in, Jonathan. It sounds like we're getting more answers here tonight.
Yes, Sarah, we sure are. The West Valley police say they found a handgun underneath the father's body and that the shooting happened over the weekend. And as I step out of frame right here, I want to give you a better look at the home behind me, specifically looking at the garage. That's where police found one of the father's children, a 17-year-old, inside. Now, police say he's in critical condition after being shot through the head. With the injury, he's unable to communicate. Now, police think he made his way to the garage before being found by a family member checking in. Police say they found the mother and 2 daughters, a 9-year-old and 2-year-old, dead in a bedroom. The father and an 11-year-old son were found dead in the living room.
We understand how frustrating it is for an incident of this magnitude to happen and to not understand why. We know people want to know why. We want to know why. But the truth is we may never know.
I was in shock and I was crying, and it was like, this cannot be happening. This is a quiet neighborhood. Nothing like this has ever happened in our neighborhood.
Now, police say all members of the family appear to have suffered gunshot wounds, and they are not releasing names at the time out of respect to the family. Of course, we'll have more on this story, this being a developing story, coming up later tonight on ABC4 News. Sarah, I'll throw it back to you in the studio.
Jonathan, thank you very much. A lot of updates, a lot of tragedy coming out of that neighborhood here today. We're going to continue with our team coverage for you. ABC4's Kate Gardner spent the day checking in with different departments and organizations to learn what help is out there for our first responders. He joins us live in the newsroom. Kate, you can only imagine when you hear the ages of these children who were victims in this situation. Those first responders who were going in, it must have been a hard situation. What resources are out there for them to deal with it?
Yes, Sarah. Well, no one wants to take their work home with them, but when their work involves seeing traumatic events like you were just describing to us, it's even more important to have access to resources that help them with that. Now, from peer support to therapy, different programs are working to help our first responders address their mental health. While officers were on scene of the West Valley homicide,
Absolutely horrific.
their department was already thinking about their mental health.
This is something that certainly will weigh heavily upon investigators in this case.
West Valley Police Department has resources in place for this reason.
Our officers are mandated to see our on-staff therapist twice a year, and she's available for them to see anytime they'd like.
And it's not just police officers who respond to horrific scenes. The Ogden Fire Department has an emotional support dog.
People see a dog and immediately their blood pressure drops, their heart rate drops, they're just more open to talking.
And when they're ready to talk, there is a peer support program.
We're basically there as the first people who can come in if there's a fellow team member who's having a mental crisis.
From there,
and we have great programs and great therapists through Previdence that the city has contracted with, trauma therapists who are able to talk to the members of our department.
Other departments, like Unified Police, are working with Level Up Performance. It gives first responders tools to manage their mental health in high-stress environments. The program is taught by former professional athletes to police officers, firefighters, and more. The founder tells us these people don't always have access to this type of coaching.
How can I service them, the people who are servicing me? How can I service them with tools that I've been given to help them move forward with some of the tough things in their life?
Now, I spoke with a police officer today who tells me officers from different departments often text one another after traumatic calls to help support one another. They look out for their own, they say. From the newsroom, Kate Garner, back to you.
Kate, thank you very much for that information there. Now, this all raises the question, have we seen something like this before? Our Southern Utah correspondent, Cannon Seacrest, he's in Enoch, where nearly 2 years ago, we want to remind you, a tragic murder-suicide happened there involving the Haight family, and it devastated the small Southern Utah town there. So Cannon is following how what happened in West Valley City is bringing back some painful memories for the community. Cannon, tell us what you've learned about today.
That's right, Sarah. I'm here in Enoch, where a community is still grappling with the aftermath of a tragedy that unfolded nearly 2 years ago when Michael Haight took the lives of his wife, Tasha, her mother, and their 5 children before taking his own. This tragedy shocked the entire town, leaving a lasting scar on a community of just over 8,000 people. Now, with the recent news out of West Valley City, where another family has been lost, old wounds are being reopened. For many here, the Haight family murder-suicide in January of 2023 still feels fresh. The incident was triggered by a divorce filing after years of alleged emotional abuse, according to investigators. Enoch rallied to support those affected, but the shock and pain linger. Neighbors say the trauma is still felt even nearly 2 years later.
A lot of people were upset, shocked. I myself was shocked. You don't see stuff like that happening often here. I mean, after that, I guess for some people it is still a sensitive subject.
So I spoke to many neighbors here in Enoch, and while some were willing to share their stories, many were reluctant to speak on camera, still deeply affected by the tragedy that shook this small town. Sarah, back to you.
Cannon, thank you very much. Again, a lot of information coming through on this one. 5 family members dead in a West Valley City neighborhood. The youngest, a 2-year-old girl. We're expecting more information to continue to come in. We, of course, will continue to follow it for you with our continuing team coverage on this West Valley homicide. Make sure you stay tuned to our other broadcasts this evening. Check online in our app, abc4.com, and stay tuned for ABC4 News at 5 o'clock, where we plan to have more.